I'm Vin.
I'm Sori.
If you would like to get your song reviewed, dear listener, there's the filthy capitalist option. As Sori says, 125 gets you straight to the head of the line. You don't have to be a part of the alliance. You don't have to be part of the group.
Wait a minute.
And the biggest thing is you don't have to wait. You hop, skip, and jump right in front of everybody. 125 gets you there. You do that 3 times, and then get mashed down to the $75 rate for perpetuity.
Yes!
Also, there is a band review option. So if you've got a band and you're trying to get your band some exposure, hit me up at insori@gmail.com, and I'll show you the details about how to pull that off.
You can also jump on Patreon, and there is a option on the tiers to be able to get your band reviewed. Obviously, we can't lie to you, so we can't guarantee a positive review. Get what you get.
It's just rubbish.
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 That's British for garbage.
My favorite is the community option. $1 at the gate gets you in at Patreon. You get to join an alliance. The alliance joins their points together, and that helps determine what songs that we do.
The alliances hang out on Discord.
Message me on Patreon to get the link.
And they do all kinds of other cool things. They do Minecraft, Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah. It's really a community within the community. Anybody can go in the village, facebook.com/Vin and Sori. There's 160,000+ people on the channel. What's cool about the Discord is that it offers a real opportunity for community connection, friendship, that type of thing.
And it's on Discord, so if you're not a Facebook person, it's for you.
You start off at $1.
Right.
Plus you get exclusives. Sori and I are working on a song. So the first 15 seconds of that was on Patreon. Also, at $15 tier and above, when we actually debut the video, they're going to be there live with us. There you are, dear listener.
Bar merch.
Hello. So we have an announcement to make. This is a song reaction that is for the True Cult, but apparently we have some leadership changes.
Org changes, as they say in the corporate world.
So, Damon has stepped down. Damon Sage, the one we've never met nor know anything about.
The myth, the legend.
Right. And now, Neil has stepped up, so we're not sure. Maybe Damon and Neil are the same person.
That's
Be
actually
interesting.
That's actually possible. It's actually
So shout out to Neil for now being the leader of the True Cult and bringing us all.
That's you, Neil. Now you're
look at the picture. 2 kings bowing to each other while they're stabbing each other in the heart.
You're the guy.
The man.
You are the man, sir.
The legend.
Sage, you can give Neil my number. It's all good. Thanks for your for all the help you did for us, big homie. That's great. Okay, without further ado, this band is called Uinuos Sota.
Oh, I thought it was.
Or it's Havukruunu. Uinuos whatever. Okay, we're gonna put the lyrics. I got an English version of the lyrics on the screen for you guys. So
it's Google Translate. So
take it with a grain of salt, you beautiful people. But it's a better translation job than I would have done. Trust me.
We don't know Finnish, so we're going.
Trust in me. Isn't that what's his face said? Trust in me.
Shut your eyes.
Yeah. Mowgli. Yeah, I remember being a kid and be like, yo, if you listen to that guy, like, you deserve to die, bro. But he didn't. Shout out to Mowgli. For real. band, bro. What a freaking band. Good song.
I knew you were going to be a fan.
Good freaking song. Lots of tremolo picking. It was all over the place. Very epic with the raw. This is kind of like folky black metal. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, a little folky black metal out in the woods and shit.
It's so funny. I never think folky. I always think like Vikings.
Well, Vikings can be folky.
Excuse me. When I think folky,
I mean, that's what they call their
I think,
people.
like, you know, peasant outfits and cows and sticks with branches on it for brooms. Like, I don't think of like. You know.
Yeah.
Anyway.
What'd you think of the song?
He was like, the blood, the glory. Oh, I liked it. I thought it had a really good sound to it. Whoops. Holy moly. I don't know what's happening here. Drink this. Okay. I actually didn't read the lyrics while it was going, so.
So this was the intro when they were doing the, like, almost like the Gregorian roar. Glacial is a winter night and the stars are dimming. The dead have come a long way. For so long, the spirits of the gods quietly supervised. Glacial is a winter night when a man runs out.
Like when he died?
Yeah, I mean, these guys are, would you say they were Finnish?
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of these European bands, like, you could tell that nature has had a massive, massive impact on them. Like, the environment sometimes with some of these bands is almost a member of the band itself or an instrument, like, because it factors so explicitly in a lot of their music, which I think is great because, you know, obviously we're people of the earth, but it's just very, very striking to me how that cold, dark landscape has influenced so many of these musicians and how it spills out in their music. And then it makes me wonder, what the hell? Like, Maine should have like 58 black metal bands.
I know.
Like, very short summers, extremely long, nasty, messy winters.
Yeah.
Like, that should create a lot of
Misery.
well, just well, guys who are.
At the same time, though, there is
Doesn't seem to affect Americans.
the
that way.
season change. Like the seasons that change in Maine is different. Like some places are just like cold and miserable and never really wonderful. You know, like Maine, it's called vacation land. You know, like we've got a lot of pluses here. Like I don't want to spend the rest of my life. I'm not selling it that far. But it is a beautiful state to live in, and I'm sure that I would miss it if I moved. But at the same time, man, the winters are so long.
Yeah.
So I hear you on that. It should have created some awesome music, but
So I don't know about their theology, but it says the spirits of the gods quietly supervised the dead. Really, really, really interesting phrase.
the glory of the stars calls to death. That's a cool line.
The shadows of the night fall upon the earth. Glory of the stars call to death. To a cool grave like a dream, and so that worries unfoon to stay could. I don't think that's what that means. So you could see here, like, definitely the translation's a little bit choppy, but I think what he's saying is, when you're dead or you're in the grave, you have nothing to worry about. All your worries are over when you hit the grave, because then you go and I guess you go to live where the gods are quietly supervising you.
Do you think that this is side conversation here? You know where it says that he's going to dry every tear from everyone's eyes?
Yeah.
Like, do you think that has to do with, because here on Earth, this is coming from a Christian worldview, because we're Christians, but do you think because here on Earth, everything we feel is almost left to chance, and it's hard to really trust that God is behind everything, and that he, like, if you really believed that he was working everything out for your good, and that every single step of the way was 100% part of the plan, and that nothing, even if something was tragic or painful, like all of those things are working together a greater good, and you had the perspective of time, because right now time to us feels so long that, you know, it feels like forever before things will be set right. Yeah. But if, let's say you weren't like that, let's say if you know, is that what drying every tear from every eye is showing us And so that even if, let's say you were in heaven and you could look down on the people on earth, even if there was some tragedy happening, you maybe would see more of the end or have an understanding more of the end. So there would be no need to cry because you know. Or no, because God weeps for Jerusalem, even though he knows, well, no, he does know.
Yeah, I'm not sure that if we followed God perfectly, there'd be no reason to cry, or
no,
because
if
we
you
know
understood that, like, he promises that if you're his, he's going to work everything for your good. So, for instance, like right now, Orion, he doesn't get it. Like, there's so many things he doesn't understand because he's 2. And, like I said, he brought me something moldy the other day, and he wanted to eat it, and I took it away from him. I'm like, no, that's moldy. And he was crying so hard, and he was so angry about that. But I couldn't give it to him, even though he thought that's what he wanted. So I took it away from him, and I gave him something else, which he eventually was good with. But he really wanted that moldy whatever. And, like, that idea that, you know, if he was an adult, he would understand why I was taking that from him. But because he has limited understanding, he thinks, this is horrible, Mom just took this from me. And so if we were coming from an eternal perspective, would we have a deeper understanding to know that God takes things away from us for a time, but it doesn't last forever. Pain doesn't last forever, and eventually, you know.
Yeah, I don't think that would eliminate crying or pain, though. Like, so for example, one of our friends, their daughter just moved to Texas. And that's a good thing because, you know, she's growing, she's spreading her wings, whatever. Her other sister had just gotten married. So, like that's one. Marriage is a great thing. It's a beautiful thing. 2 young people starting their lives together. But the parents still cry. Even though it's something great that's happening, the parents are still incredibly sad. And they know the kid's going to come at, you know, Christmas, whatever. But everybody knows it's not going to be the same. So I don't think that if you know these biblical truths, that makes it so that you're not sorrowful or sad. As a matter of fact, I do think you're onto something, though, but I think it's half incomplete. So when Paul says, and this is my paradigm, Paul says, sorrowful, yet always rejoicing. And I think that's the balance that needs to get struck, is that it doesn't matter whether or not you know the person's coming back to you after death. Like, it's a sorrowful thing because the person's not here with you now. You're going to have to wait 20, 30, 40, 50 years to see them again.
But I'm saying if you were on the other side, you don't live within the constructs of time anymore like you did here. So.
Well, I think that's a pretty big assumption.
What do you mean?
Well, for example, the people, the martyrs, was it Revelation 7? They say, how long, O Lord? How long is a measurement of time? And they're in the disembodied state. So obviously, from that point of view, they still have a understanding about time. So I don't know how we're going to relate to time in the new world. And obviously, if you listen to Hoffman's stuff, then you really, really don't know what's happening in the world. So, yeah, no. I hear you. The shadows of the night fall upon the earth to cool a grave like a dream. Good night. The cold of the night should come. Snow lays a wreath of sorrows. That's a good line. The most common shadow of coniferous Katali tomb of the mounds, shadow work once lost.
That's
what
trees,
luck is there
right?
if you don't dare? Yeah. Shadow of the trees and mountain hills or whatever. What luck is there if you don't care? Night in the deep shadow captures the moments of wakefulness. Fall asleep, the war finally sends to completion. Deep in the night, you feel my sorrow.
You know the secrets of all my sorrows, and you take me away, and you get eternal and beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, that's very beautiful stuff. Do you know what is the name of this song?
I mean, you read
I'm gonna try to Google translate that song.
It's right here.
'Cause I don't.
That's what Google Translate gave.
What?
Translations from Google Translate.
No. The title. What is the title? That's my issue. I want to know what it means. Translate.
Let's try this.
Oh, okay. That means mother tongue.
Well, I don't know. The album title translates "Languish, Thy War of My Heart." Why do we have two totally different things?
That one?
This. Look, this translates to English. The album title translates to "Languish, Thy War of My Heart."
Is that the title track of the song?
I don't know, just Google this and that came up. Google translates that title to "Asleep I Ate War." But something I feel may have been lost in translation there. Yeah, I don't think they were trying to say "Asleep I Ate War."
Yeah.
You know, this is one of those things where if we had, like, I'm sure we do, Finnish friends that could translate for us,
Wait, I think I found it.
that would be like
Yeah,
awesome.
Asleep I Ate War is what the album translates to. What song is it on the track? On the track list?
I don't know. You want me to go back to Genius?
Yeah, go down.
Whoops.
Where are the lyrics?
Oh, I was looking at them on the
Never had the lyrics.
I was looking at them on the email.
Okay, we're spending way too much time.
I was
on
gonna
it.
say
What did you think about the instrumentation?
I liked it, and there was like one part where they did like this. Oh, I can't remember how to explain it, but it was an interesting little piece. I made a reaction at it. I really liked it. I liked the instrumentation and stuff. We haven't heard a black metal song in a while.
I'm a sucker for the tremolo stuff,
I
man.
know you pretty much always are.
I would.
Tremolo.
That's one of the reasons I love.
But you're a tremolo
Magua.
snob because nobody knows when you're gonna like it or hate it.
Magua.
Magua.
Magua, the best band of all time, best black metal band of all time. Yeah, I love the song. I love what he did. I think these guys are, you know, yeah. I mean, it says "Asleep I Ate War." That's so weird. Maybe he's talking about like a dream. Like maybe this was all a dream because he was asleep. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but he said that the dead have come a long way, and then he said that, and the glory of the stars calls to death to a cool grave like a dream.
Uh-huh.
So did he die?
Yeah, it looks like he's saying that that death is beautiful and all this other jazz when he said, you know, like, at the very, very end, it made it sound like he was finding peace in death or whatever. At the very, very last.
What luck is there if you don't care? Oh, right here? You
No,
take
the
me
very-
away. You know the secrets of all my sorrows, and you take me away.
And you get eternal and beautiful. Yeah.
That is so friggin' beautiful. I love that part.
So, you know, he's...
And I like this. Deep in the night, you feel my sorrow. You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of the Psalms. Remember when
Yeah.
David says, like, that he awakens the dawn?
Yeah.
It kind of had that sort of feel to it, but
Yeah, it really, really did.
deep in the night, you feel my sorrow.
Those things are all like... I don't know if he's talking about death, the gods, or whatever. But this is one of those songs where it's like... If he is talking about death, it's a damn dangerous song because it's so beautifully constructed on a lyrical level. Especially, I'm sure it's even more beautiful in the original language.
Oh, yeah. But maybe it does have to do with war. Maybe that's where the war part comes in, like
He's
dying.
at war with living. Maybe he's at war with existence. You know, Jordan Peterson calls it the burden of existence.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man, that's I wrote probably one of the best things I've ever written ever. I showed it to one of my friends, and she said she started crying when she read it, and she's like, "If I'd have read this 2 weeks ago, I'd have killed myself." And I'm like, "Are you serious?" She's like, "Yeah, dead ass." I was like, "Okay." I just ripped that thing up and threw it away. Like, I don't even remember exactly what I wrote, to be honest with you. But it was one of the best things ever that I've ever written.
Gosh.
But she was just like,
What was it about?
it was about death, but it was extremely
Poetic.
like, romantic and poetic. So,
Oh my gosh.
I had a girlfriend at the time, and she's like, "Oh, is that about her?" I was like, "No, it's not about her." She's like, "What's it about?" But she had already told me that she was going to kill herself 2 weeks ago if she read the thing, so I didn't tell her. I was like, I was just doodling on the thing. Give it back to me. I don't want people jumping off bridges because I wrote something, you know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah.
So-
I don't blame you.
Yeah, so
Yikes.
this right here is really, really beautiful stuff, man. And again, I just love the way that nature plays a part in these bands. What do you give it? Asleep, I ate war. I ate war asleep.
You go first. You go first.
I'm gonna give it a solid 9.
I think that. Okay. I see where you're going with the 9. I actually think I'm gonna go with a 9.2 because I feel like the lyrics that we got, they were clearly a poor translation. And even in the poor translation, some of the stuff came across so beautifully that I think that probably if you heard this in its original tongue, it would be really beautiful. So 9.3.
There you are, dear listener. Moral of the story is don't write beautiful lyrics about death. Vin out.
Story out.
Gone.